hear Alex twice.
Oh, there we go.
Understandable.
I was
No
just
get.
leaving
Yep.
here with me. That's fine. Cool. Works for me, hon. All right. Are we good to go? Are we all live,
Mm-hmm.
etc., and all that
We
stuff?
are we are live. We're hot.
We are hot. Fantastic.
Ooh.
Well, hello, everybody. This is a bit different from what's your typical experience. We're gonna do a one, possibly two shot. Playing in D&D Fifth Edition. We got some characters and all that such, and a very interesting intro into the story. So I'll read out this mysterious letter that each of you got. In loving memory of Zeno Clark, his estate welcomes a select few to a destination funeral. Where he was born, he shall be buried among his family mansion with his relatives. Zeno was taken from us by a sudden illness, and the executor of estate understands that this is short notice, but has asked you to join him in the environment that raised him. On the last rest day, a flame wave arrive at the Laughing Boar Inn in Tessanora. The executor of state and Cecil and Cecily Buseman will escort you to the mansion for a brief ceremony. May the myriad see that the deceased is taken to their rightful place among them. And there you go. This was all the letter you guys
Okay.
got, and for one reason or another, you guys have accepted. Some of you have traveled a little bit, some of you have traveled a ways, as you guys find yourself in Terrasvinia, and its largest town. Not actually, Einschmidt, I think, is um, Mirstadt.
Isn't
Nora
isn't
would be its
Tessanora
second largest
where
town, especially after that wave incident in Brazov.
isn't Te-
Mm-hmm.
isn't Tessanora
Right.
where Roland killed that burgomaster, like murdered the
Yeah,
Yeah.
guy?
yeah,
Oh
that one, that
yes,
one.
yes, it is.
This would be some unspoken amount of time since that kind of event.
Yeah,
It's
weirdly,
not
no one
as
wants
you
to run
guys.
for
It's
mayor.
not like you guys are walking in as the original party's walking out like that. That's not
Mhm.
that, but you know.
I would hope not,
So,
because like you guys got attacked by I don't know, like
nah, this
night
should be
gaunts or
pretty
something.
pulled back from the first campaign. I tried to say like, let's just do new stuff and do that.
Mhm.
But yeah, so all of you, one way or another, arrive at the Laughing Boar Inn on the spoken day in the morning. Let's go down the line. You guys can describe your characters. It is a definitely a modest inn with not with a couple regulars already having drinks or meals or otherwise, and they are pretty deep into their conversations with each other. But I'm sure you all stand out like a sore thumb in comparison.
There's probably also a giant blood stain on the floor.
Yes,
Yeah,
there
that's okay.
is.
There's a lot of those
Um,
in town. It's
From her
they're,
local
they're
Roland
local
still
murdered a
flavor.
guy.
staining. They're still working
Right.
that stain out every now and then. They got to go back to it. But let's start with
Mhm.
honesty, and let's throw you on the board.
Don't bury the lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Honesty LaRue. The X like the mysteries of life are silent. He is essentially a almost 6 foot high tiefling, with a kind of the skin color of a burnt orange, with kind of like auburn hair that's kind of like basically shoulder length pent back, and his eyes, if you is are basically black, black, and the irises are kind of a red. When you see him, basically people see him, and basically when his horns are, oh, by the way, his horns are sweet back. From one of the horns is hanging what looks like a medallion of the Myriad on one of them.
Ooh.
He is actually dressed in he's basically has like a sort of a long leather coat, sort of like with kind of like almost like a kind of, it could be fur on the shoulder pads, or kind of like maybe could be sort of like bear or wolf or whatever it is. It's kind of hard to tell. And the coat is leather, and where the seams connect, there are a bunch are sequins along
Ooh.
the sleeves and all along the chest. And also he's wearing kind of a blue vest, dark trousers, kind of a grayish shirt that's kind of opened up to the collar, and he carries what looks like a walking stick, with basically with a with a kind of a crystal, almost like a crystal, a small crystal, sphere on the end of it. And most of the time, when he's by himself, he appears to be muttering to someone who may or not be there. In fact, when he's at the end, he seems to be kind of keeps looking at the blood stain and just kind of like, looks like he's trying to hold a conversation with something that's there. And most of the time, and yeah, that's pretty much how I could describe him. So
Fascinating. Even as sometime you'll see as there's like a barmaid who kind of comes by during we'll say some of the lighter hours and takes a kind of a ragged sponge that has seen better days with a bucket and begins hand scraping at that, seeming to just try and get that discoloration out of there. Well, honesty, you being the first in, you're the first one to meet one of the characters.
all right.
Most of the people here in Tessanora at this particular inn are a little raggedly dressed, more working blue collar type. But this man is exceptionally well dressed with detailed hair and such. He seems to be writing into this kind of ledger that's kind of old and dusty and all that such. And he's kind of keeping to himself with a wine glass that looks out of place here. He looks up at you for a moment, but just kind of beckons you over and say, "Oh, hello. You don't look like you're from here. Are you here for Zeno Clark's attendance?"
Good evening. Yes, I am Honesty Lau. Perhaps you have heard of me, the great storyteller and medium of Leves, no?
He ponders for a moment, says, "That rings a bell. It rings a bell."
Oh
Mr.
yes,
Leroy."
yes. I mean, yes. People come, you see, people come and fall away. People come forward why basically to hear and basically hear the story about the dearly departed. And since there's a focus of funerals coming up there, I'm going to be here and basically talking. I'm naturally, I suppose you want me to talk about the dearly departed. Wait, do not tell me his name. I'm getting. He's like doing a stain on his head, like it's like it
Ooh, he's
is.
receiving a vision.
Cecile Bousman. Bousman is it Boosie?
Uh,
Boosie.
yes. That is Cecilia. She's
Oh, Cecile. Oh, it's a lady. Oh, it could be man. I'm so. But my apologies. My apologies, of course, about that.
Perfect- perfectly
I not
fine.
assume this. I can assume. No. And he turns to somebody else. Says, no. Don't be jealous. No. It's okay. Pardon me. I'm speaking to my console companion Marguerite. She gets a little jealous. One of the spirits that I constantly, accompanies me. But ladies,
He kind of lets out a bit of a strained smile and says, "Yeah, the spirits, real so tough sometimes." So,
Oh yeah, tell us many the land they can be, but
yes.
this is of course the play. There's great energy here that I can feel, especially that over there. And he basically points to the bloodstains like this. Very striking conversation that I had with that person. Oh, the story.
He just kind of chuckles nervously, but
What would that guy even
That
say?
this
So you'll never
moment-
believe this, all right? I was a corrupt official.
I was very corrupt. I
And-
very much deserved the death I had.
And I was in
Um,
here,
I-
right? So I probably had it coming, but a dude just murdered me. Like I
He
didn't,
leaped across the room with a flying sword slash and just
I didn't
stabbed
do
me in the
anything.
chest.
1 minute I'm talking, the next minute cold steel has been thrust into my intestines, and
Yeah.
I just died right here on the chair.
That's great. Terrible.
Mhm.
All right. Next. How about we follow up with Cromwell arriving in second?
Yep. Cromwell, a tired-looking man with the unhealthy pallor to his skin. He's not actually that old, but he definitely looks older than he is. Just a bog standard human, weary, tired-looking. His clothes are pretty decent quality, but definitely seen some wear and tear. He looks like a man who's probably come down in the world and has had a rough go of life the last few years. But yeah, he'll make his way into this lovely. What was the name of this inn?
It is the Laughing Boar Inn.
The Laughing Boar Inn. Yeah, he'll open the door and peek his head in and say, "Hey, can I smoke in here?"
One of the barmaids kind of speaks in a bit of a broken common, saying, "Yes, yes, allowed."
Ah, great. Last two places I went made me finish my cigarette outside.
Your entrance does kind of catch the two attendees in there, Honesty and Lucian. Lucian kind of beckons you over as someone joins in behind you. Um, you hear a bit of like, "Excuse me, dearie," as you're kind of pushed as this kind of older woman kind of like shoves her way in and greets you all. Along with greeting yourself, the old woman kind of is kind of hunched over with this kind of wicked smile and says, "Are you all the newcomers? Yes, from outside, uh, from outside."
Well, I assume that's where most people come from, but yeah.
She kind of cackles at that, and Lucian says, "Ah, yes, are you Cecily?" And she'll go, "Yes. Hi, hello. Is this all you here?" Or Lucian says, "Well, we have to wait a little bit longer, but hopefully it is just us." He kind of says, "I gotta get this over and done with." He kind of says, moving to his papers and all that. At this point, let's have our next attendee join. Esau?
Esau.
Esau.
It is a pun. Fuck. I was wondering about the name.
No, it's not a. It's not a pun. Esau is a biblical name.
Mm,
Yep.
Sounds like a pun to me.
Mother of Jacob.
All right. So,
Continue.
Esau. I'm gonna assume we're staying here at this inn, or is there like a hotel? Actually,
Yeah, you could have just arrived in. You could have stayed in and came down during the while this is going on. Whichever you feel is more connected with you.
yeah, there was some kind of larger hotel here. I feel I can't remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
but he walks in the door, and immediately like looks at the first serving girl he sees and orders breakfast sausages, breakfast taters, like a big plate, like he's hungry. And he's wearing traveling clothes, but they're very nice traveling clothes. Very, very. They're not like noble's clothes, but you can tell like he actually cares about how he looks and takes care of his things. And then he sits down and lights up a pipe, and you see him take a book out of his pack and start writing down in it.
All right. After a bit of time and all that such as you're kind of getting your meal in and such, some of the other people do notice you alike, but your breakfast is served. The waitress kind of keep him busy, so she brings it right out to you as soon as she possibly could. Let's see, and who comes in after you all? I'd say it would be this guy. Also coming down for breakfast is another man who you might have seen get in the day before as well, Esau. Um, this is an older gentleman with a shaved head with a bit of facial hair on for his beard. He's dressed in traveling clothes and uh, uh, kind of holds to himself a little bit as he kind of speaks in this kind of gruff tone. He checks in with Lucian and says, "Theodore Bell should be on the list."
Theodore
Those
Bell,
open.
Bruja Jessica.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And he
No, there's
Lucian will
literally
kind of like. I'm sorry.
there's literally in Vampire the Justicar, the Bruja clan is called Theo Bell.
Oh, is that?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
an
my God, I didn't
unintentional
even know.
coincidence. I'm sure it has no bearing on the story.
That is really cool.
Mhm.
Now, completely by chance, but that's still cool.
Oh, real quick, everybody say hi to Barrymore. And
Hi, Barrymore.
thank him for re-upping his sub.
Howdy,
Oh, hi,
Barrymore, and thank
Barrymore.
you. You get to
You
see the rare treat of
Barrymore?
George as a player.
Thank you so much. Remember, you can subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Well, he
No
already
one has it.
subscribed with Twitch Prime.
There you go. That's the one.
Good job.
Alright. So, Theo comes in, checks himself in. Lucian just kind of has more of that strange smile as more people showing up. Says, "Ah, great, the more the merrier." Next we have our fourth player, Kelsey. It is your move to introduce the
I will
character.
be. I will be
Oh,
coming
crap.
down the staircase. I have a black veil on in mourning, a black shirt that shows off all my chest, tight trousers and a corseted belt system with swords, and I have a black fan in one hand and a black handkerchief in the other, sniffing, and as I slowly walk down the stairs, as I come up to Lucian, I'm like, "Dear Lucian, it's me, Jean-Claude Bell."
The lawyer kind of turns a little bit in surprise, is like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Bell. I think we got you on the list. Yes, of
Please
course."
call me Jean-Claude. Or Claude, like my late lover did.
He's like, "I'm terribly sorry." He's kind of writes it down a little bit and says, "Is it this? Is it Sir Zeno?"
Yes, Sir Zeno was my late lover.
He kind of has a bit of an incredulous look as we have another person come in. Um, entering into the inn and all that such with her own little parasol and all of that is a bit of a uh, distinguished woman entering in with beautiful clothes and a let down hair, but clearly kind of dressed for the funeral with black garb and all that such. But you can also tell that her kind of makeup has been done properly, and she has this kind of woe is me look about her as she enters and says, "Oh, Lucian," and she kind of enters and says, "It is good to see you once more." Says, "I'm sorry that we were meeting on such poor notes," and she kind of uh, kind of pouts up a little bit and kind of sobs for a moment into her own handkerchief as this woman says, the late wife, it's good to see you, miss." She kind of spares a glance at Claude before kind of looking back to her and says, "I'm sorry for your loss, Aurelia."
Oh yes, Adriella, the wallflower.
She kind of looks at you and says, "And who are you, sir?" She kind of says, going around. She's kind of losing those tears, and kind of gets a bit of a more focused look and says, "It's such a interesting tone you speak with me."
I am but Mastino's late lover, his
She goes.
true lover.
She kind of
Who
scoffs
took
a
his
little
time.
bit at that and says, "I don't know what you're talking about. This is are we bringing in the rebel, Lucian?" She's kind of looking to him, and Lucian just kind of he's on the list. But kind of keeps to himself, and Aurelia just kind of flips her hair and says, "Regardless, says we're
The,
here to."
we're here to mourn our lover, aren't we?
She kind of gives another bit of a scowled look
More
and says,
mine
but
than
ignores
yours.
you.
More mine than yours, but
All right. She Lucian is kind of taking note of everyone here for finally there's one more group to attend, and it's three people this time as you appear to see a small family enter.
Oh,
First,
I thought it was gonna be Lord Whitehall's minions.
Right.
Hey, by now they would just be minions, you know?
I
They
was
need
like,
a
there you
new
go.
job somewhere.
Minions for hire.
and I was thinking,
Yeah.
dude, we're only level 5. We can't swing with this.
Oh man.
It could be fine. You guys will be fine. All right, but first off is the mother. Appears to be a woman with kind of silverish white hair and all that such. She actually helps kind of wheels in on a wheelchair. This younger woman with kind of more of that silver white hair, along with a woman kind of in between the ages of them with dark black hair. And the woman will kind of enter and kind of check with Lucian. Says, "Violet Green with my daughters." And Lucian says, "Ah, of course. It's good to see you all." He says, kind of gesturing to the rest of you. Says, "It's quite a surprise to see you all. I didn't figure this location to be, so accessible for everybody. But, that seems fine." Kind of gestures with a smile and says, "Well, Cecilia, I don't think we need to wait for anybody else. Mm, Uh, might be able to shove off back to Hawthorne Manor." And Cecilia just kind of smiles and says, "Yes, let's get going. There's some hands hired for the carriages outside."
And
And
before they go, Honesty
Mhm,
actually comes up to Cecile, kind of looks at her closely a little bit, like scrutinize her and everything like this.
mhm.
Takes her hand like where her pulse is like, oh, thank goodness, madame. For a moment there, I thought you were one of the spirits, but it's okay. I mean,
He walks up to her
my
and he's like,
apologies.
next week at 7 a.m.
Yes,
And you
yeah,
and you
Yep,
yeah.
and you
sure, you
sleep.
got your
He says,
paperwork filled
you still
out.
have some time. He says, you still have time. He says, you still have time. You are keeping yourself in good health, as you see to be. Ah, he says, he says, oh, bon. And he says, oh, yes, but let's go. He says,
She kind of scoffs and says, like, "Oh, dearie, don't you worry about me. The spirits have much more to fear from me than others. They'll be fine." All right. So Lucian leads you guys out, and you guys actually see it. There's a couple carriages that have been kind of placed with some commoners, people from Tessanor who have been paid to run these carriages. Um, with squeezing, all of you guys are able to reach into it, but it's a bit of a hike to the house. Cecilia kind of calls back and says, "Get comfortable with the rest of you. It is a long trip."
That's fine. Tired of walking anyway.
All right, give me just a second. We're just gonna pop you guys over here just to give you guys a little bit of time.
mm-hmm.
So you guys are gonna be stuck with each other for a couple hours of travel. Hopefully, you went to the bathroom already. But yeah, you guys are
Alright.
all shoved into the same carriage together.
Naturally.
Obviously from different aspects of the world.
Okay.
But yeah, talk amongst yourself. Give me a second. I gotta tackle just a
Alright.
couple things while you're doing that.
And so Honesty's like, oh, what brings you from across the I know what obviously you are. Jean Claude. Yeah. Ah. He says,
Yeah,
you say you're you say you were the late you were say that the late
lover.
the Clark Lavore. Ooh, yes. Oh, I like the sound of that goes off the tongue. He says, you're
Zeno,
not worried.
Zeno, I knew of Zeno's wife. She was a bit of a dry woman, if you will. Very much a
Uh,
wallflower. Laid there, didn't give love back, and Zeno was such a lover.
well, they say that
Love.
moisturizer helps. But I what do you know? But what do I know?
I don't.
But in his
I don't think you understand the dry I am flying. Probably
so you
requires
were
some.
probably so when was the last time you saw the Delita party? Was it like at the because I mean all I know is when was the last time was the last time you saw the person?
3 weeks ago. Ah, it was a lovely affair we had with me, him, and my lovely cat, Mr. Pickles. And we were just a
Uh
lovely little family for the weekends. I only get him every
and
few weekends, but they're
so
always
you
the
knew
most
about
fulfilling weekends I get.
So did you know everything about how sick he was?
It was sudden and violent, sadly.
Ah,
So
non contagious, I hope.
I'm still alive, so I hope so.
Ah, all right. Is he? And the other two, you other two gentlemen, how did you know about the deceased?
I
you guys are
didn't know
welcome
him
to
personally.
just go improv
Yeah,
to hell. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I didn't know him personally. I took caravan guard jobs around here, and he'd usually foot the bill for folks who couldn't pay to protect themselves. It was years ago.
Mhm.
Still, just needed the money back then. Figured I'd at least pay my respects.
I knew him from over 30 years ago. When we were younger men, we faced a great evil together. Unfortunately, it resulted in the death of his younger sister, who had been cursed with lycanthropy.
Ah,
Yeah, I hear that's a problem
so
around these parts.
We were not the closest of friends, but we were cordial and friendly with one another. He had been to Meerstadt, to my family estate, and had visited my family some years earlier.
I see. Hmm. Well, I must admit, I did not know the gentleman in life. But it's funny that he's mentioned about the illness because I was basically apparently he gave me a correspondence a few weeks ago, saying he would need of my services, so to speak, and then, boom, he suddenly opened eyes. So tragic. You know.
Very
He was
tragic.
such a planner.
Well, at
He
least,
In,
he must have sensed that something was very wrong to send a letter to you. He was always a
oh
planner
no,
with these things.
oh I have all intentions of asking him about what exactly happened. No need to worry. All right. That is my specialty, after all. Or I am,
I
of
am
course.
in, of course, I am invested in knowing why the love of my life suddenly passed when he was with his wife.
That's
And I roll my
indeed.
eyes.
Ah, well, not need to worry, because after all, honesty, and because after all, honesty always find out. That is what, especially I get invited, of course, to all kinds of gatherings. Basically, and they essentially ask them, "Hey, what is it? Tell us the story about this particular person." And of course, I'm happy to oblige for a small fee, of course. After all, I need to make a living, as we all do. But yes, and that is what he says. What I of course, and yes, I of course and after all, I've learned many ways of communicating with the spirits of throughout the world, from the island of Jakar, with supposing the secrets of Taboo, which is where I was born, and also of course the Zhuja Nimbi and Hanzhou all over the world, and of course I and applied my trade, and of course applied my trade, so you know, so yes,
well,
I
this
was
ought to prove to be an interesting affair at any rate. More than I was
indeed,
originally expecting.
indeed.
I have no idea what to expect.
Well, ought to be fun at
Definitely,
least.
anywhere I am, interesting things happen. And knowing my Z, he would keep it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cromwell will roll down the carriage window and light a cigarette.
Oh,
While you're
and
kind
then
of like
honestly, when he does that, honestly, he says, "Oh, thank you. Marguerite was basically having a little bit of a coughing fit just a moment ago. Don't is it you all fine now, Marguerite?" He says, "You know, the smoke is not going to bother you anymore." You see, and he says, "But yes, yes, oh yes, and yes, and yes, Marguerite already. We took the liberty of introducing Marguerite to all of you." He said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah, I'm
Um,
charmed. Thanks.
while he's sitting there talking to somebody who's not there,
Mm-hmm.
let's see here.
The carriages are kind of running next to each other. You guys
Turn
have
undead.
come to-
Bam, spirit's gone.
Can I would like to use my Eyes of the Grave feature that I
Mhm.
get from the Grave domain.
Ooh.
Mhm.
As an action, I can open my awareness to magically detect undead until the end of my next turn, which I don't know how long that is, since we're not in combat. I know the location of any undead within 60 feet of me, pardon me, that isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected from divination magic.
Ooh.
Do I
Interesting.
sense that he's talking to an undead, like there's actually a spirit here?
Let's see. I'd
You do
say
not
that
actually. I'm just gonna say that right up front. It's like,
Oh, wow. The plot thickens.
yep.
Ooh.
So Esau will kind of look over across the carriage at Cromwell and kind of give him raise an eyebrow, like a dubious eyebrow.
Cromwell will shrug. He's dealt with weirder people.
quite the interesting developments and all that. With the open window and all that, Cromwell, you can actually kind of hear a bit of can kind of hear the clattering of like the hooves of the horses kind of running through mud, carriages kind of bumping over rocks and all that such. Give me a perception check, just for funsies.
Ooh. What do I see with my very human eyes?
Uh huh.
First
Very
roll of the
human.
game. Let's make it a good one. Where the frick is the button? There we go. Perception. That is an 8.
Oh,
It's dark, and it happens.
It's a pretty misty pretty misty day. This one with a heavy overcast that kind of cloaks the forest around you guys in shadow. Um,
Damn this fog!
or for a moment, it's as if you saw something kind of in the distance through the trees and such. But if it was just a branch out of place or um, just your imagination, you're unsure. But
Man, is this place always so miserable to travel through?
Yes.
Terrasvinia is
I
the land of many darknesses.
the spirit, yes, a very appetizing place for for the ghosts and the spirits and those who wander levels and not can trying to find their way back home. You know, it's a very cursed land.
all manner of things, cursed. While you guys are in the carriage, taking a moment to go in, Cromwell, with your open window, this time, even with your passive, you do notice something. What appears to be a humanoid figure, kind of walking through the trees, shambling even. Then another, and another. Esau, with your kind of view, being able to look out the carriage and look forward, you see as fog closes in front of you all.
Ah, fuck.
I'll put it here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. You can
Oh.
look at that effect.
Oh,
Oh.
that's cool.
High definition
Hi.
fog.
I know, right? It's good. Bought that shit a while back. But Cromwell,
get that.
you guys see this.
Oh, rolling up the window.
The
Bad neighborhood.
shambling forms of the undead. Oh, you guys hear suddenly hollers, shouts in Terrasvinian. I don't know if it's your station language that's what you hear it in.
It's a dialect, probably.
Yeah, it's like a dialect.
Commoners running. The carriages call out and saying, "The undead!" So, all you guys roll initiative.
It's just another Tuesday for Terrasvinia, you know.
Alright.
Doink.
The carriages will be able to
Mhm,
do
All right,
something at
there
the
we
end
go.
of their turn.
It's all right.
You
Bringing
guys
up the rear.
You guys hear as some of the like women in the back kind of squeal, huckering down. Aurelia going like, "Good heavens, actual undead," and Cecilia just saying like, "Ah, restless spirit." So let's do that. Hun, you got roll 20 up?
Yeah, I rolled.
Did you roll? Oh,
No,
you
yeah,
did.
Yes, I
Okay.
was
I
the
see it.
first to roll.
It doesn't even show you like in the game. But that's fine.
Stealth mode.
Yeah.
What?
Oh wait,
Yeah, I
it
rolled a
does have you in there.
19.
Okay, that's weird.
I'm.
All right.
I have the first one.
All right. So I don't know why. Oh yeah, that's why. So something you guys will notice about your characters is you guys have like this green aura around you. Um, you guys obviously can't always see the hit points of a creature and all that such, and I don't want you guys relying on me to say like how healthy are they looking. The
Are we
more,
getting that effect?
yeah, I could just throw that in, so you guys got that.
That's pretty
So
cool.
if they're injured, it's gonna turn from
Oh.
green to red to yellow to red, and if it goes to 0, automatically the red mark goes on. You
Oh,
guys
that's
will be able
cool.
to just see
Okay.
that person looks fine, that person doesn't look fine, that sort of stuff. But yeah, so you guys will go first. I just need to
And just so you know, honey, I didn't see the fog effect, but I'm also on an iPad.
yeah, we are making
It
do
was
with
really
that.
good.
Thanks.
It's very,
You're missing out.
it's
Chelsea.
it's very neat.
Yeah, it's a
Show
lot.
me later.
All right, so Jean-Claude, you're first. You're in the carriage. You're not like a prone or anything like that, but you are aware that there's zombies crouching on. When we do an attack, there's going to be a little bit of another explanation, but you guys will get it quick.
All right.
The carriages
I
are
will.
moving, but at like a slow pace.
I will jump out the. Oh, grab the other thing. I will jump out the door. Oh God, come on. Let me just drag him.
There you go.
Oh no. I can only do it one block at a time. There
Oh,
we go.
okay. Dramatic tension.
Jesus.
go.
And I will attack with my rapier.
All right.
Does
Nice.
that work? Yay.
So it's
And I will do a sneak attack with that.
okay.
Correct?
So, typically,
rogue.
sneak attack doesn't work when you don't have an ally or you're within bonus, or if you don't have advantage. You do have steady aim, so you can walk out there, bonus action steady aim, advantage, stab, get sneak attack. So yes, it does
But-
work.
Oh yeah, I have to be the only one around the character
It
because
has
I'm swashbuckler, right?
That unless you
Oh.
use your bonus action to steady aim, choose a swashbuckler rogue.
Interesting.
Then yeah, I'll use my bonus action to steady aim then.
Perfect. Cool. So, as you stab into this one, Claude, this does kill it. It has 11 hit points and you deal 14 damage. So, what's interesting about this is this guy is a minion. He works a little bit differently. You hit him, he took damage, he dies. That's just the number. That's just how that's going to be. So he's dead. He's got his little X and all that such. But since he's a minion, where they have kind of this group mentality, your your damage over goes into the next one and finishes off that one behind it.
Ooh.
So if you deal damage to it, it'll die. And if you deal more than its health points with a melee attack or ranged attack, it'll go through into the next one.
Oh,
Nice.
that's interesting.
All right, Esau, or Isa, it is your turn.
Esau.
Yeah,
All right.
is Esau? Just want
Esau.
to make sure I got Esau. All right, Esau.
Hang on, I'll
perfect.
type it in chat. Like,
Yeah, I can read it. Is the
all right. So he will move out of the carriage, past Cromwell. Excuse me.
Be my
10,
guest.
He'll step out of the carriage. I'm assuming Jean Claude left the door open behind him.
Yeah, I left the door open, I'm sure.
All right, so let me see. That's 1, 2. That's 15, 16, 17. Wait, no, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, so he will see this zombie right here in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he will cast Guiding Bolt.
All right. It's a range attack. Let's see it. A 15 does hit. Roll that damage.
Nice.
13.
13 damage.
radiant.
That's more than their total health points. You shoot this beam of radiant energy right through this this minion here as it spears through him and through the next one behind him,
Nice.
knocking out a couple.
Double.
Double kill.
I
Anything
can't-
else?
I can't be upstaged. And then that'll end his action for now.
All right, Honesty. It's your turn.
So Honesty will come out, and he's like Sacre Bleu, and he's like he comes out there. With,
Of course he does.
And he
Or-
is going.
Zut the
to-
law!
Yes. So, yeah. And so he's gonna come out, and it's let's see. Let me read this ability here first. So there's. He's gonna go. Let's see. 1, 2. So he's at 15. So he has 15. 25 and 30, right? So he goes here. Oh, let's see. He's going to he's going to basically look at this guy while he's basically kind of has his hand over the places a hand over his the crystal on his cane. He says, he says, oh, I'm trying to think of the thing to say.
Remember, you don't have to do time puns anymore.
You give that you look like you must have died from lack of eating. No, and he's gonna cast vicious mockery.
Vicious Mockery. All right.
At the
Are you body shaming him, dude?
Wow.
Wow.
All right. It is.
He is catty.
yeah. Very-
Wow.
Yeah,
All right. He
yeah,
does,
yeah.
He does succeed on the save.
And
but
so
you're-
I gotta do the Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
a confident undead.
Yeah.
well, in that case, so I haven't rolled the thing yet. So, but even if it's so
It's a
let's see,
saving throw, right? So if the target succeeds, it
so
doesn't
even if
matter.
he succeeds on the save,
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
yeah,
so it's
I
nothing.
think
It's
it's safer
cantrip.
stuck. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's
safer
nothing.
stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then
Zombie's
that
like, I've been
means
doing
what if he does
keto.
a bonus action.
That is the
All
sad
right.
fruit
Well,
of
in that
vicious
case,
mockery.
right.
In that case,
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, then, as a let's see. No, let's see. Let me see if I can find it here. Well, nope. Okay. Bonus action. You know what? Okay. That'll end this turn then. All right.
all right. It is the zombie minion's turn. And they have this feature where the first time they reduce to 0 hit points at the start of their next turn,
Oh.
they're gonna come to life. You guys are watching as these guys are starting to like kind of clamor to that whole kind of not slowing them down. It's not their next turn just yet. We're gonna give it this one turn where this one guy's gonna go, but you know that they're gonna be coming back up. This guy comes towards you, honesty, he's going to try and slam onto you.
Mhm. Okay.
Does a 21 hit?
Oof.
Um.
Are you on
Yes,
the-
it does.
You may be
Yeah.
on the GM layer.
Oh, for rolling.
That may be intentional.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
I tend to do that. Would you like?
Yeah.
Would you like it in would you like it all to see?
No, you're the
Roll?
MC here, my man.
Yeah,
So do
yeah.
whatever you're
you,
comfortable with.
you do whatever you
I
want.
like it behind, but there you go. Does a 21 hit for 3 bludgeoning?
Does 21?
21 hit, 3 bludgeoning.
He just punches you.
Hey,
Okay.
guys. He kind of
Alright.
climbs on you, kind of pulling on you, like trying to
Yeah.
bite you and all that such.
Okay.
I'd profit,
alright.
bro.
All right, Cromwell, it's your
Yeah.
turn.
All right. Hop out of the carriage, close the door behind me because I'm not a barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one, but the other ones look like they're still not quite dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to see if I can't deal with them all at once. We gonna... Even the dead ones. Let's throw out some... I'm about to throw hands.
All right.
Get
Burning
these,
hands.
Get these hands.
15-foot
for
cone. I
these-
think that hits me. I think that gets me all the dead ones and the living one.
Well, the living one
correct.
was also dead, I think.
The living
That's
one
true.
succeeds on the save. So how this works is if they fail to save and take damage, it just deals with them. That's just enough. If they succeed on the save, they're not dead. They don't take a little bit of damage. It's just save or suck. So it
Huh.
just makes it easier to control a whole bunch of these.
That's
but
fair.
these guys are all host except this one who rolled a 16. And the one that's still up who rolled a 20. Good
Ah,
for him.
Yep.
So they are not coming back at the end of their turn. They are not in Rush Hour 3.
yeah, Cromwell will flick his cigarette aside. I think I missed a few. Be careful.
All right. Round 2. You guys see as clambering through the forest, more of the undead come too. And who has the highest passive
Oh, boy.
perception?
I have a 14.
Let's
Also 14.
see. I've got
Not.
14. 14.
I'm not the one.
Wisdom is a dump stat if you're not a coward. I respect that.
Mhm.
There you go. All right. Well, with the 14 perception havers, you guys will notice a glow in the distance, a warm glow, in the the misty forest. And
Does the glow
kinda
look like
see-
cleansing fire?
there's not.
Damn.
Well, it depends on who you ask, actually.
No, that was
I-
me. Sorry.
As
Different one.
you see, kind of floating up, kind of bobbing up and down, heading forward, you see this. A tiny little skull wreathed in flame with red
Sweet.
burning eyes.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh,
You're level 5.
no.
It's a demi-lich.
It's a demi-lich.
That's
You're all
it.
fucked.
Yeah.
Roll new characters. We're doing this over. See you
Yeah.
next week.
Sight.
There we go.
Hey,
All
guess
right.
who only has fire spells?
The flame skull joins the initiative, and at the end of your turn, the carriages kind of lurch forward a little bit, but the commoners seem kind of chatting and worried, like, do we go through the mist? I don't know. Like as they are kind of stuck, unsure if they should go forward or not. A direct command from you guys on your turn will, tell them go through or not. It's up to you. Jean-Claude Bell, it's your turn.
JCB.
JC.
Whoop. I am going to. Oh, gosh darn. Ooh, I could drag it all the way this time. Woo!
There you go.
Good job.
And I am going to boop again.
All right, 21 hits, 19 damage. That is enough to put this guy down. So he goes to dead. And this guy. And it overlaps, so it'll finish off this guy who is coming back to life. This guy will come back to life at the start of his next turn. But, you know, you might want
That's
to
an
be
next
doing
turn
other-
problem.
Yeah, next
That's
turn.
an next turn problem. And I will go over here. Now, in my turn, I don't know what y'all want to do with the carriage. I don't think they should leave because, I don't want to walk.
All right.
I know.
Fair.
Yeah,
It's
right?
fair.
Esau, it's your turn. You see a number of the zombies encroaching, and that flame skull in the back, who clearly is just scheming.
All right, Esau is
You
gonna.
guys want to check out my cool special effects on other spells?
Maybe. Depends on. It depends on what those spells are.
Yeah.
So
Like if it's
Esau,
power word kill, I think I could live without it.
Esau is gonna come up this way. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And as he's going up, he's running out to the carriages to hold their position because they'll have all this handled directly. All right. And then let's see. He is going to cast Sacred Flame on this zombie right here.
All right. Let's see. Is it a deck save or is it a wisdom save? I can't
I'm-
recall for some reason.
I
I'm
think
not
it's wisdom for Sacred Flame.
I'm not turning the undead because it's so early in the game and because I don't want that frustration of watching all of them make their saves.
What? You think I'd do that to you? Like just a little bit into the game, it's definitely going to be a two sessioner, which is fine. It's fine by me. But cool.
Were we
That
supposed to have
one
beaten
is
this already?
wreathed in flame. He fails his save. He just goes erupt in flame and dies. That's the best part about minions. Fail a save, take the damage, they're dead. Done.
All right.
All right. Anything else?
That will. Now he's gonna look off in this direction because I'm assuming he can see the flame skull,
Oh yeah, you can see the flame skull.
and
He gives off his own light.
he's gonna start pointing off in the direction. After he hits this thing with Sacred Flame, he's gonna start pointing off and yelling towards the others to look out for this thing. He'll describe it. He says it looks like some sort of floating skull of flame. It's approaching rapidly.
All right.
My guy looks
Honesty.
like Drew McIntyre's dad.
Yeah.
I thought he was like a mix between Sean Connery and Jack Black.
He was actually
Yeah, that's what it was.
I thought it was more like I thought it was like more of a like Burt Reynolds kind of vibe.
It was.
A little bit.
I told the
Yeah,
AI
I
generator
could-
to put in to give me Burt Reynolds as a D&D cleric.
I do see that too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I really see that. It's crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Honesty.
So
what you
so
doing?
honesty will go ahead. He's gonna go ahead. He's gonna go. He's after hearing Esau. He's gonna go. He's gonna 5, 10, 15. He'll go up here. He's going to go ahead and use his bonus action to roll a bardic dice here. Let's see what we're gonna do here. I believe it is.
I must consult the bones.
A slash roll. Okay. Yep, pretty much. Let's see what he's gonna get. Okay, and does he want to save this for the time being, or go ahead and use his action to do this? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save this for now.
Alright.
But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Let's see, all in this group here. On this group are all the minions. Go ahead and cast on those
Shatter.
guys.
Kaboom.
Pretty
Alright.
much right, so we can get all.
If they fail
Yep.
or succeed. We'll see. I don't know, zombies got passable
And let's
cons, so
see,
this could
so
go either way.
Yeah, if they fail, much on a success.
Alright. This guy is still resurrecting, but this guy is toast. This guy is toast. This guy is toast. This guy is good. Yes. Actually, no. This guy is dead. So there we go.
Okay.
You knock out another blast of
Yeah, I was
zombies,
thinking
putting them
yeah,
down.
All right. Mm-hmm.
All right. At the end of your turn.
Yes.
Oh,
wait.
boy.
Yeah. So far,
I'm sorry. What? Sorry.
yeah,
One more time.
it's my turn's over.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. You
My
watch
turn's
as
up. My turn's up. I'm in my turn.
you watch as this skull kind of floats, bobbing along, and who here speaks? Actually, no. This would be in common. As you all, as all three of you, yeah, all the three up front. The only one who won't hear it is Rick, or Cromwell. You hear Theodore, and then you watch as its eyes light up as two rays of fire shoot out. One is gonna go at honesty. Does a 20 hit?
Yes, it does.
4 fire damage. And then the other one,
That's not too bad.
going at the commoner, a 19 hits. As you guys see.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm a tiefling. Wait a second. I have resistance to.
So
There
you
you
cut
go.
that in half.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so
Hold
I have
on a
to in
second.
half. Yeah. So that's.
There you go. So
Barely
yeah,
scratch.
you're fine. That's just 2 damage. That's nothing. The commoner who's driving the carriage.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Also a
Yeah,
tiefling, I'm
okay.
sure. He's fine.
Oh,
Fuck.
not all
Nope,
of
he's
them.
dead.
My
Yeah.
bad.
They're not coming back next round.
There we go.
They're all
Sorry.
3 dead?
No, not all 3. Just the one. They had their HPs hooked up by accident.
Yeah. That other guy, he just fell. He's fine.
Yeah, he's all right. Update token. There we go. But that guy has been sniped by the eye ray. All right, the zombie minions go. This one is going to shamble forward. He's going to make his attack. He only has 20 feet of movement. Does a 21 hit, Esau?
As it turns out, yeah, it does.
All right, 3 bludgeoning.
Damn, these guys are killing it.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. These
Mhm.
minions
These-
only do like a static number. They're gonna do 3 bludgeoning damage per minion that like groups into the attack. They all get 1 roll when they're all grouped up. So
Interesting.
I can do 5 minions, but just 1 dice roll. So
I like
Cromwell,
it.
it's your turn. You saw
Got
one of the drivers got sniped out the seat, falling off to the side into the mist.
Okay, how
You hear
high?
like Aurelia kind of scream out in horror.
Yep. How high up is this flame skull? Is he like hovering above the ground, or is he?
Head level? So if you're looking, he'd be at about the same height as you guys.
In theory, could I grab him with something, like for say an earthen grasp spell?
Mm-hmm.
He is within grabby distance.
Yes, he would be within grabby distance. You can like pull him prone
Okay.
and all that.
I have one spell that doesn't do fire damage, turns out, and I'll cast it now. Earthen grasp.
All right.
I don't have a
Strength saving
thingy.
throw from the flame skull.
Yep.
That -5 does help. That hits. Roll that damage.
All right, he is restrained and he takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage. 6. Nice.
Takes it. He is a slightly yellower shade of green as the hand comes up, grabbing the skull like like a bowling ball, and yanking it to the ground. It kind of shudders and kind of flashes, going and shouts, "Theodore!" All right.
Let me put my yellow dot of concentration, as is tradition.
As is tradition, people don't. Other parties don't do the yellow dot. It's crazy.
Yep. I don't know how they get away with it. And because I'm a sorcerer and I can do these things, I'm going to use a sorcery point or two. What is Quicken Spell? 2 sorcery points. That's crazy cheap in this economy.
This
Okay.
economy.
I'm gonna use some sorcery points. Quicken Spell. I'm gonna scooch over to here, and Quicken Spell. I can. Let's see. I'm gonna Mind Sliver one of the zombie that's still up, the one attacking Esau.
All right.
Tasha's bullshit magic, go!
The bullshit magic goes through. He fails
Yeah.
to save. He
We
takes
love
damage.
Tasha.
He's a minion, so even if you deal 1 damage, he goes down.
Dude,
But-
I don't know what they were thinking printing Tasha's. That shit's crazy.
That's crazy.
Every time I
Love
read it, I'm
Tasha.
like, what the hell? They printed this? All right, I'll lay one face down card, and then my turn, as is tradition.
JC, look at this.
Hello.
While
I'm going
JC,
to-
while Kelsey takes her turn, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Wonderful.
Alright.
I am going to, because I've now seen that if you hit them, they very much die twice. So I'm going to boop.
Who you booping? The guy in front of you?
Yes.
All right, yeah.
Get 'em while they're down.
He is dead. I need to add these guys to initiative. So when I delete them, they're not kicked out. But yeah, he is done. He ain't coming back. Anything else?
And I'm going to, the weird thing, move over here and end my turn, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Esau, it's your turn.
You might still
Flamestell
be
is,
getting a drink.
restrained, kind of shaking as it as it's
He might
calling
be-
out.
Yeah. He's got it like between like the thumb and the forefinger, the little flame skull.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm pinching you.
Oh wait.
Little.
you
Or
hit with
George is grabbing a
bludgeoning
drink.
damage?
It is bludgeoning damage.
All right, sounds good. Just making sure.
It's okay. I'm not sure which is funnier, to do a to just pinch it with like the 2 fingers, or to do a tiny hand.
I like the bowling ball, like the 2 fingers in the eyes.
Watch 2 fingers in the eye.
And
Oh,
just,
go with the Three Stooges method. Just
there you go. Why I oughta.
the one trick that always beats a flame skull. They don't have hands. They can't do the little block thing.
I know. Good. I'm enjoying this so far. I love running the minions. I usually do them for like dramatic scenes where you're like, you're fighting against the hordes. You can throw like 30 of these guys in there
I'm
and
back.
have it actually be playable.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is your turn.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
Well, let's see. What do I want to do?
You got some mostly dead zombies and a restrained flame skull.
Hmm. I think. I think I'm gonna try to crush the skull of the zombie on the ground in front of me.
There you go. You have advantage.
Since I am not currently using a shield, I will wield this two-handed. and get a 9.
9 is a hit against the against the zombie. Roll that damage. Yeah, he done.
Are you kidding me? 4?
Yeah. So they just deal
Minions.
damage, and he's toast. So they're awesome. Boom, got him.
You just gotta hit him.
Just gotta hit him.
All right.
How
Wow,
does
flame
magic
spell,
missile
though?
work? Like, if I just magic missiled a bunch of them, would they just all pop?
Yes.
Oh shoot! I should have done that.
All right, and then
Oh wait. So no, they have to fail a save. Or
Okay,
you
that
have
makes
to
more
roll some
sense.
kind of die, and then they deal the damage. So
That
either
makes
you
more
roll an
sense.
attack or they roll a save, something like that.
all right, and then
Understood.
I'm gonna use my movement to try to get up to the top of the carriage where that dude was. Do I have enough movement for that?
Yep, there you go. You're up on top of it now.
All right, and once I do that,
You just shove his body out of the way.
no,
Oh, he fell
he'd
off
al-
already. From the
yeah,
Oh,
top.
he
he'd
fell
already
off? Alright.
he'd already fell off. I'm gonna switch to my crossbow.
All right, crossbow equipped.
All right, and that'll end my turn.
All right, Honesty, it's your turn. That flame skull's restrained.
So, Honesty can see this guy right here, the flaming skull.
You can see him, all right.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you not hear him?
All right. So, after Bardic, yeah, I mean, I can hear him fine. So
You're
yeah.
cutting in and out for
Yeah,
me,
you're
Mike.
you're cutting in and out, dude.
So,
That's kind of funny.
oh,
But
am
Mike,
I
you're-
really?
You're
Oh,
Yes.
cutting in and
Yeah.
out, buddy.
probably
Yeah, I
got
heard
some
ah, and then
Okay.
Try to disconnect and reconnect. See if that fixes it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. One moment here for a second. Let me see if I can do that. Oh gosh. Here. One moment. Let me try it.
How you liking it so far, George? Being on the player side,
Fun.
fun
good.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
so far.
All right. So what I'm going to do here is after rolling that Bardic die, the 7 that I got here, I'll go ahead and post this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and use an action, the flame, and what Honesty is doing, he starts saying
You're cutting out in and out again, Mike.
um,
I'm sorry.
in Infernal. Oh, am I still?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh
kind
my
of
gosh.
bad.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, I gotta adjust for settings here. Damn it. Okay.
All right, technical difficulties.
Um,
The spirits are
I don't
interfering.
know why it's doing this.
The spirits,
Yes,
they don't want
are.
you.
Okay. Okay, let me check my because I can hear you guys fine. Let's see, why is it doing this here? Okay.
When he's not trying to
Is that
describe
any
what he's doing.
better?
Yeah, actually, we can hear you fine. But then you're going to start describing what you do on
Okay.
your turn, and then it'll start.
And it's like every couple seconds it just cuts off for a second or two.
Okay.
Kind of bizarre.
It says in it says in kind of in Infernal, he's basically says, you know, she was just a wish. She was a wish. And and you see your gypsy, and he is going to, and this flaming skull. It is the tale of the beguiler. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw equal to my spell DC, or take psychic damage equal to 2 rolls of my bardic inspiration die. And the target is incapacitated, and if it fails, he is incapacitated until the end of its next.
He fails. Roll that damage. He is incapacitated.
That's messed up.
Okay. All right.
Dude,
So-
how could you? How dare
yes,
you?
it is. Okay, so I gotta do 2d8s on. So I gotta do roll 2d8s actually. So 1 slash roll 2d8. Oh, I gotta do slash roll 2d8. Okay, so it takes 5 psychic damage, and he is now incapacitated.
All right. He's now incapacitated. He cannot take an action to start his next turn. I'll throw in the little sleepy face.
Yep.
Esau can understand
And
Infernal,
after that,
but I think he was too far away to have heard Honesty's. Well, she was just 17 song.
yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah, Tongue's Tail of the Spirit. And so he's going to move back. He's going to move back over here so he can get, closer to the coach. And that will go ahead and let's see, end his turn. Yeah. All right. There we go.
All right. Flame Skull is incapacitated. His turn ends. He's no longer incapacitated. Kind of stunned for the moment from the beguiling. Zombie Minion's turn. This guy. These guys took the shatter, then went down, and then the other guy came up and whacked. Now it's their turn to rise. They have a little bit more. They have to spend half their movement to get up, and then they can move a little bit. They 10 feet, and then they dash. So this is move, and then dash, clamoring onto Honesty.
Oh no.
They are starting to grab on Honesty. If you start your turn while within 5
great.
feet of 3 of these guys, they're gonna like get a grip on you, kind of all like horror zombie movie-esque, tumbling on top of people, grabbing onto them. Rick, it's your
Right.
turn. Honesty is getting grabbed by the zombies, but that flame skull is flaming. What do you do? And also, these carriages are stuck in front of this mist.
Well, I didn't bring my Banish Mist spell today.
Darn.
It's unfortunate. I came this close. I didn't bring my Kill Flame Skull either.
Had Creator Destroy Water.
Dude, it's crazy. You'd think it's a useless spell, but you could just remove all the blood from someone's body. Crazy.
Yeah.
I have that, but I was not prepared.
Terrible.
Missed opportunity. Let me see. Sorry, I'm reading how sorcery points work. Give me a second.
That's okay. If you want to turn them into spell slots, it's 2 spell slots for a first level spell, 3 slots for a second level spell. And that takes a bonus action. So if you have 3 sorcery points, you can turn them into a second level slot.
Okay. All right, I'm going to quicken spell. Use 2 more sorcery points. I just got to deal with the zombie army here. I'm going to throw out another Burning Hands as a bonus action. Kabam.
All right, burn them hands. Fail, fail, fail. Dead. Dead. Dead.
And with my action, I will squish the Flame Skull.
Squish the
So
flame
it's
skull.
it's
Squish
just an
that
extra
skull.
2d6 damage.
All right, roll it.
Oh no, actually I think it makes another strength save.
Oh, he will make a strength save with his -5. Rolls a 15, still a 10. He fails.
Nice. So we'll squish him a little more, and he'll take 7 damage. Devastated. We're getting big numbers out of here.
He takes it. He's starting to look a little yellow instead of green.
All right, 6 more rounds of this, and I think I'll squish him.
There you
But
go.
yep.
All right. Round 4.
Yeah,
As you
Cromwell's
guys
out
are
of breath.
starting
He's
this turn. You hear groaning in the distance. And in the distance you hear thieves.
Does it sound like more zombies, or does it sound like people, like teenagers?
It
out
sounds kind
doing
of
it?
zombie-y.
Teenagers doing it in the woods.
Oh yeah, it's probably the teenagers.
I don't think that happens in Terrasvinia.
I believe not.
No.
I am going to come here.
All right. You have
Boop the
advantage.
snoot.
Yep, snoop that boop.
It didn't go.
Thinking about it. Almost there. Try one
I'm
more
just gonna
time.
redo I'm reloading the character sheet real quick.
Here.
Is it gonna
Line
do
up the
it?
shot. You have
I'm
time.
gonna head over there and take a quick peek. Just make sure she's able to do it.
Hello.
Hello
There.
again.
There we go. I had to redo the character sheet.
You got him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Team damage. That is a
And
big
you can apply
swing
sneak
into it.
attack on that too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because he's
Because
restrained.
he's restrained.
And
He's
also
looking pretty
because
red,
of oh,
but he's still up. Anything else?
I'm going to, because he's on fire. And I don't like that. Gonna just move my way back this way.
All right.
And now in my turn.
Your swashbuckler means you can't make an opportunity attack as you go. You thought it's your
Alright.
turn. You're on the carriage.
He's also restrained.
He's also restrained.
All right.
You push through, or
So he's restrained. So I get advantage on him when I go to shoot him with the crossbow. Where is the crossbow? Here it is.
Here is the crossbow.
21.
21.
Good
hit.
Lord God Almighty. 3.
Gosh.
So much damage.
That is enough. You spear through that flame skull, taking out the last little bit of its how it kind of shatters in as that flame kind of dies out.
3 damage, but it was the 3 damage we needed.
There you go. And after the as the flame skull goes down, you see as the fog kind of parts the ways. You guys outside, especially Claude, who is still alone in the forest, can hear that groaning in the distance. Coming closer and closer.
We gotta move. Come on.
Alright. You hopping back in?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm opening the door for everyone else, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I think we're yeah, and honestly, we'll definitely.
Esau's going to take
He
over
says,
driving.
Jean-Claude, you better.
There you
Yes.
go.
I think if Alex could move my character into a carriage, I'd appreciate it.
Move it or lose it, buddy. Come on.
You guys hop in, keep
Mhm.
going. You guys hear the kind of the worried shouts of the some of the people saying like, "Oh guys, are they okay?" as some of them kind of look out and see the commoner dead back there. But
Oh, we should have brought him with us.
Esau will stand up and motion to the other carriage drivers to follow.
they will do so as you guys move deeper into the forest, and we'll. Get
And
rid of
as they
this.
go, and
you guys
Honesty will
move up.
take out a handkerchief and kind of dab his eyes a little bit, like to wipe some tears away, because he's like, "Oh, those poor skeletons. You know, the fact that they were so they were used like toppers. Oh, makes me sad."
Maybe it's just me, but I have a hard time mustering any sympathy for the dead, especially when they're trying to kill me.
And do not speak ill. And he like honestly goes, "Do not speak ill of the dearly departed, monsieur. For in life, they may have not actually had done much. They deserve our sympathy."
I reserve the bulk of my sympathy for the living. So let's keep moving and try to stay alive. We'll worry about the dead later. Sound good?
Very well, monsieur, he says. "I apologize if I came at," he says. "It is the dearly departed are a sensitive topic to me. And I apologize for my outburst. I know you meant no I know you didn't know this was bad."
We'll go with that. No worries.
All right.
Esau is up in the front of the carriage, quietly singing Thorny Mick's greatest hits.
Oh, classic. Classic choice.
Classic.
Is it about Al's mom?
So turn it up. I love this song.
These are older.
By the way,
songs.
Mr. DM, can we take a short rest while we're going forward in the carriage?
You took 3 damage. Come on.
Yeah. Get those hit dice. in.
Well, also because
Use them now.
Okay.
You won't need
I
them
mean,
later.
Well,
You get don't you
okay.
get
Well,
garner consideration points back or something?
that's exactly why I'm doing it. Yeah, that's the main
Oh,
thing.
Yeah,
that's
that's a
Yeah,
good reason.
yeah, that's why I'm. Yeah, so I'll just, in fact, because I only need to roll one hit die.
Okay, I get my 3 hit points back.
With Esau at the
Okay.
front, this is basically like smoking the bandits, a convoy.
that's true.
All right. As you guys are on your short rest on the way back, you hear some of like the carriage doors open after a couple of minutes as Theodore Bell, the guy who pops out and says, "What the hell happened out there?" And Lucian kind of says, "Yes, yes, we must we lost one of our help, but it's all fine. We just get in and out. I've heard that Tyrosenia can be quite dangerous."
And
They can be feisty.
Esau will get off the carriage and start moving towards the back and said, he sees Theodore Bell and he says, "We were not introduced formally back at the inn, but are you Theo Bell?"
He kind of thinks for a moment. He's like standing on like the step out of the carriage and all that such. Kind of brings his posture a little bit up and says, "Yes, Theodore Bell."
The
I'll roll down my
undead,
window to be nosy.
the undead that we just dispatched were calling your name out repeatedly. Have you any idea what that was about? If
He kind
so,
of looks.
this would be a good time to tell us.
He kind of looks a little. He looks like stunned at that and says, how dare you? I have no idea of any undead here. I spend most of my life in Simuland with my business partners. I don't know what Tersvinian stuff is going on here, but hope we're out the better." And he's actually going to kind of slam the door behind him. You're welcome to make an insight check.
Don't take it out on the door, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'll make an insight check.
There you go. Yeah, he clearly
Ooh.
got very concerned as at that statement that he was calling out his name and quickly kind of trying to shut the conversation down, trying to avoid discussing that further.
Would Esau think that there's room for um, Green and her 2 daughters in the other coaches?
Yeah, you guys were able to fit 4 in earlier, so you're gonna be able to space out in there. Keeping her close would be no issue at all.
All right. So he's going to come over there, and I think the mother was Violet.
Yeah, Violet, that's her name.
So he'll lean into the coach and say, "Mrs. Green, with the information that we currently have, it might be safer for you and your daughters to ride in the other 2 carriages."
She kind of looks a little bit and kind of glances at Theo. He just kind of like turns away as the woman says, "Yes, let's get out of here." She'll move over and she'll kind of take the kids. Ebony is able to hop out no problem, but Scarlet with her
Yeah.
Scarlet appears to have some kind of handicap as Violet kind of helps her kind of get up and kind of puts an arm over her shoulder and kind of gets them out of the carriage and into the next one.
Esau will lift down the chair from the coach.
Perfect. They'll get it hooked up into the one that John Claude is in. They'll kind of
Yep.
squeeze in, and the
I'll
chair
hop
will be
down.
kind of placed up on top.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll hop in with Mr. Bell.
Perfect.
Make some more room. I want to keep an eye on this fella. You don't mind if I smoke, do you?
He just kind of scoffs and he kind of pulls out his own pipe. This is a fair idea.
All right. Esau will go and get back on the carriage in the front.
All right. You guys continue on traveling further in. while this is going on, Honesty and Claude, the family in front of
Mm-hmm.
you, appears to be kind of trying to keep to themselves. Violet and Ebony, especially. Um, the kind of younger woman, she's like I think like 18, 19, something like that, with the wheelchair. Scarlet. She kind of looks to her mother and says, and she tries to speak quietly, though not quiet enough for you guys to not hear. Says, "Mother, did you hear what they said? Thieves?" And the woman kind of quickly kind of darts and like shushes her and says, "Keep the window closed, eyes forward, until this is done." And the woman kind of frowns, but kind of does so.
So honesty. First of all, he's going to observe them as like if they're definitely if based on their body language, if they're hiding, like if there's something they're just trying to keep. If there's anything, there's definitely something that they want to try to keep. Like if they know something that's going on,
Sure, give me an insight check.
with what maybe. All right. This will basically determine what he's gonna do next. Let's see. All right. Insight.
11. Um,
Okay, that's
the
hold
the
on.
women on the women seem to be presenting a fine and proper fine and proper states. They're focused. They're keeping to themselves. Obviously, this is a stressful situation, so they seem to be doing about meanable.
All right.
The youngest,
Okay.
Scarlet,
All right.
huh?
Oh, you do your thing first, and then I will follow up.
Okay. Scarlet seems pretty distraught, kind of taking glances out the window, kind of looking back behind you guys. Not just at Theodore, but at the mist in the distance. She's definitely hung up on something.
Ladies, you do
Hmm.
not have to worry.
What?
We took care of those skeletons, the dead, of the dead, the undead, the poor undead. Ah, how did you know my Z, if I may ask?
The two daughters kind of pause for a moment, kind of look at their mother, and Violet says, "We are distant nieces. We spent a bit of time with Mr. Clark in our youth, especially my own, and it's a surprise. But you know, we always try to keep in touch with like letters and all that such, and try to be be cordial with his family dies and all that. We've yet to be out here so far, but it's quite a pleasure and all that. As Violet kind of rambles on, talking about like these uh, little details, like oh, she knew Zeno to be friendly in his youth and all that, be a wonderful person, and all that such. And she just
As
kind of keeps
Violet
running.
goes on about this,
Hmm.
as Violet goes keeps running on about this, um, this is probably going to be a bad idea. I'm going to go ahead and cast detect thoughts on
Ooh.
All right.
Pulling out the old Cal trick.
her.
Yee.
Yes, basically, yeah, yep. You probably see him do. He's probably doing something like he's doing stuff with his hands, basically, kind of like you know, he's fiddling with basically he's like fiddling around with a coin, like basically just like a coin, like he's just going back and forth with it, and as doing that, he's casting text thoughts to see because he's kind of curious why she keeps rambling on, like she's things like that. So,
Perfect. So you're focusing on
all right,
Violet right now, correct? The mom.
yes,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
She's kind of rambling on, and as she's talking, you know, her thoughts are her words. Like it's hard to kind of think different thoughts as she says this, but kind of catches like in between sentences, you hear like, "Oh yeah, and that story," and she kind of goes into another detail about knowing Zeno and knowing Uncle Zeno as she refers to it. Do you keep the focus on Violet? Do you swap over to Ebony or Scarlet?
Yeah, he's gonna go down the line. He's gonna go ahead and go down the line to each one.
Sounds good. Um, moving over to Ebony, you kind of hear about like you kind of hear her thinking thoughts of home, thinking like, oh, we're going to upgrade the house. I might be able to even get an apartment to myself. Hopefully the paper is still hiring once we get back. Kind of making plans for herself in the future. Future like successful plans, even like, oh yeah, we're going to buy this. We're going to take care of that, replace that, all that manner of things. Talking about like going back home and spending a lot of money. And finally, you land
Mm-hmm.
on Scarlet. As she's pondering, she looks outside the window and just says, "Do they know? Do they know what happened? Like, like I don't think anyone else would know, but Mom doesn't seem worried." And she's kind of looking out, clearly seems to know something. With your cursory glances, with your surface thoughts, unsure what that is. You'd have to push in, but they would but obviously if you make them choose the wisdom save, you will know that they will know that you are probing their memories.
Yeah. He's hmm. He'll
You
he'll
just
he'll he'll let it go for now. He'll let it go for now, basically, because he's like, I should not, not try to pry it further. But he knows now that there's something they know that at least one of them knows more than what they're telling, and so so as he does that, and he says, and he looks over to and he basically says, like, in the most reassuring message, "Do not worry, mademoiselles. I know that it's going to be it could be a quite a scary, quite scary being in this part of the, thing. But some spirits, they are they can be kind. These ones, they were like marionettes. And as for you, Ebony," he says, "I'm sure that you will be successful when you get back home and not worry about all of your little things and everything and your little scribbles, no?"
She kind of shows a little surprise and all that such, but Ebony will say, "Yeah, once we get our inheritance and all that." Violet kind of turns, kind of shushes her and says, "Apologies, we shouldn't be discussing anything like that at our before the right time."
it's okay. Discussing the inheritance is important. I do not feel like I'm going to get anything, but my Z knew I was well taken care of. In the letters, did Z call you V? And you called your daughters Scar and uh Eb? I
Uh,
remember
she
him talking. I
she
remember
out
him talking.
she jumps on it and says, "Yes, yes." He called me Little V and my dear daughter Eb and Scar. Says quite friendly with each other through letters and all that.
He was such a friendly soul. I truly do miss him. He was such a lovely person.
She just kind of smiles and then says, "It's good to hear good memories of him." She says
He,
a big smile at him. At you.
he would want to be taken care of. I know my Z knows that I am well taken care of. I am a pillar of my community, if you will, and we take care of our own. But he would want you taken care of. I'm for sure he's going to take care of you with the inheritances.
And she just smiles at that, but doesn't kind of go any further with it.
Or I would always love hearing about my Z, my lovely Z.
Hmm. All right. Well, that's going on. Let's see.
Yeah, if I have the opportunity, I'd like to try to talk to Mr. B back here, Mr. Bell.
Perfect. After a couple moments where he's going at his pipe, he kind of lets out a bit of a sigh and all that, and kind of glances at you and says, "So is this some sort of interrogation now?"
No, it just seemed kind of crowded in that other carriage, you know? Wouldn't want the smoke to bother the girls.
He thinks for a moment, but says, "Yes, quite." He'll
Still, it's got
kind
to be
of take a
creepy.
long breath.
I wouldn't want to be out here with the dead looking for me. Can see why you'd want to not talk about it.
He kind of glances at you and says, "I know nothing of the sort.
No,
Those
of course not.
screaming, flaming skulls are I'd hardly consider to be a credible source."
True, true. But it knew your name, whatever it was. It knew just where you were as well. What are the odds that some random flaming skull in some random part of the world runs into the very person whose names he knows?
Imagine that coming up in trial.
You're
I feel
right.
like that would be pretty damning evidence. So you said that
Yeah.
the undead horde was chanting this man's name.
Is this man in the room?
Mhm.
Point to him.
Your Honor, this is not
Yeah,
admissible.
right?
I'm gonna rule this
Yeah.
is pretty damn admissible.
Pretty. Yeah, yeah.
He kind of feels a little strung up. Give me an intimidation check and calling out the name and all that such with him right there. And you got him alone and all that. You have advantage on the intimidation check.
Boop. 18.
Ooh.
18. He kind of thinks for a moment and all that such before kind of dragging his pipe and says, "We're far away enough from civilization. You think you can keep a secret?"
I suppose.
He
Really, I'm
kinda
just
grin-
making conversation here, obviously. It's all just talk.
Of course. He takes another long drag of his pipe. He checks to make sure that the windows are closed and all that, and kind of leans forward. Says, "I don't know if the spirits are really out to haunt me, but I've heard that scream before.
Do you remember where?
I do very well." Says, "Zeno was my business partner in Bell Holdings. We managed property and an assortment of other things across Simmerland. And of course, the business would rise and fall as time required. And sometimes when they fell, um, we'd have to look into recouping costs. Um, Businesses with in certain parts of Simmerland had things like an insurance policy. If there was a tragic loss, there'd be a compensation.
Of course,
Our
these things happen.
they do. Our properties have been known to catch flame. Must be the mistreatment from the tenants and all that. But I recall one of them shouting my name. He kind of takes another drag of his pipe and kind of looks away out the window.
Well, I'm not a religious man, but if I were you, I'd strongly consider it.
Hmm.
In a place like this, with a story like that, well, let's just say I don't think I'll ride with you on the way back.
If we're going deeper into this, I'd be mindful of Zeno Clark. Some called me a bit of a monster, though it was Zeno pulling the trigger.
Interesting. And I'll let the conversation drift into silence after that.
Sounds good. He'll continue smoking that pipe. All right. Anything else going on? You got anything to say? Lucian kind of opens the window a little bit, but is indecisive in actually, opening a conversation up.
Okay. Esau will he's not gonna look back at Lucian, he's gonna keep his eyes ahead, but he's gonna, kind of call back to him and say, "You may want to duck inside the carriage. I don't believe it's entirely safe out here."
Oh, yes, very good. He'll kind of close up the window, but kind of like
Squeak,
press
squeak,
his,
squeak, squeak. I imagine, I don't know why, but I imagine it has like the old school manual crank windows. I know it doesn't because it's a carriage, but I just like to imagine it does.
It takes a moment to crank up, so there's like a momentary pause and all that. But no, it kind of slides shut. But everyone seems to have heads on a swivel.
My
to that.
my Scooby Doo senses are telling me this is our bad guy.
Ruh-roh.
Rutro indeed.
Yeah, he's
to be
well. He is
true.
the one who we were meeting here, so good possibility.
Mhm.
He has a connection to everyone.
All right.
I can't wait to pull
Well.
his face off at the end, and then find out he was not wearing a mask,
That's
Common
how things go in
mistake.
Terrasvinia.
and he'll just start screaming, his head off.
You meddling kids.
Ah,
We should have brought a dog. Darn it.
my skin.
Mm-hmm. All right. After another hour of traveling, you guys are get your long rest in. You finally happen
Long
upon
rest, you said?
a short rest. Sorry.
Yeah.
Long
You can only
rest?
benefit from a
Oh,
long
yeah,
rest
I was gonna
once a
say,
day.
dude, that's a
I-
long ass character.
So yes, give me those sorcery points.
Nah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Mhm.
But
Oh, come on.
you get your short rest in, and soon enough, you guys arrive at the mansion. Give me just a second. I might need to give you guys vision. Let me know if you can't see shit.
I can't see anything.
That's a negative.
All right, that's
It's dark
fine.
out here.
Real dark. That's
I
fine.
Well,
can
there's Terrasvinia,
see.
so
I can
Vision.
see me.
Overcast today, huh?
It's thick fog. All right. First should be
Oh, I
George.
can see now. Yeah.
Now.
There we go.
Hot Kelsey.
it's mine's still waiting to load up here for some reason. I don't know why.
It is a chunky map with a lot of dynamic lighting. If we have to do something
Okay.
different, that's fine.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
remember we're at the
Okay,
top
so
left.
it's starting to come through. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Sorry, I just need
Oh.
to adjust these.
I'm out of the carriage. Hold on, guys, I gotta take a leak.
We're right here.
I can't
you
wait.
go.
We're
It should
literally
not
10
wait.
feet away.
I should have gone before we left. I know, but
You
it
gotta
was
go.
awkward. Everyone was ready to go. I didn't want to slow everyone down.
There
Excuse
you
me.
go. All right. Soon enough, you guys happen upon this massive estate, filled to the large. Actually, I got text for this. A large mansion that once might have seen many a party. Now its windows stay shuttered, its doors locked, and color fades from the home as if it has been long dead. You guys see that there is actually a connected stable that kind of goes off, and along with the front door up here, you can see windows kind of peering into what appears to be kind of like sitting areas. But the shuttered windows, you can only kind of see little bits and pieces. There's a large mansion, even with spare carriages down here. You guys pull in.
We just whip in.
All right.
Charming place.
Theo will kind of take a glance out at that and just kind of stare. You guys bring in. While you guys kind of come to a stop out here, I'm gonna say you kind of get in like about here.
Okay.
You can feel that mist kind of circling around you. We'll say once you guys are here, Lucian will kind of like pop the door open, saying like, "Thank goodness, finally out here."
Esau will help the other carriage drivers like unload whatever luggage we brought, and then find he'll help them stable the horses in the carriages and everything. Get them all.
Anyone's trying to get Honesty's bags in it at this point? At this thing?
I will help the girls out of the carriage.
The girls will
Right.
hop on out together. Violet, Ebony, and Scarlet in her wheelchair. With these guys come too, bringing these carriages over, and they're gonna be parked in this little space here, which is just
Okay.
that way.
1 second. Alex, I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, here what? Hello?
I think you might be cutting it out again, Mike.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out again, dude.
Yeah.
We can't hear you at all right
Yeah,
now.
it's just because it's trying to. Oh gosh, it's
Struggling.
taking so long here for a second.
That's fine.
it's
No
str-
problem.
okay.
You gotta do.
Sorry, we can vamp for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. Yeah, it's just taking so. It's I don't know. Like okay.
Here. Let's just refresh the page, maybe. Try and refresh
No,
the page real quick.
It sounds like
Here I can.
it sounds like a connectivity issue.
Yeah. Is it giving you the roll 20 loading thing, or is
It
it
could be as
actually?
that. Let me try. Let me go ahead and try. Let me try sign out for a second and then try back in because
Yeah.
this because my it's super sluggish here for some reason. Hold on.
It's all
No
good.
Let
We
me
problem
see
at
can.
what I
all.
can do.
Yep.
It's okay. I don't know if you heard George, but at the beginning I was saying I hope this goes into 2 weeks because I want to hear you do the recap for next week.
Oh,
Yes.
that's fine.
So if we can kill a little time here and there, fine by me.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm still in so much pain.
Yeah.
Well, from moving everything.
Yeah, my back and my hips hurt real bad.
Make sure you get plenty of rest. Get one of those little heat packs, icy hot patches or something.
Yeah, I need a heating pad real bad.
There you go. Kelsey lives and breathes by those and warm baths.
Because we've moved as well, as you all know. I now have a huge bathtub, so I take a ton of baths. But my suggestion for get the original icy hot, but if you can, if it's like joints, getting Voltaren arthritis pain relief also helps.
Okay. Is it better than those that emu squeezins?
Is that a euphemism?
No, there's like
Yeah, I've never.
what is it?
So
Blue emu.
I've never tried Blue Emu, but Voltaren actually used to be a prescription drug.
Oh wow.
So it used to be a prescription for arthritis, and now it's considered over the counter, so you can get it at Walmart and stuff like
I
that.
remember when that happened
Um,
because a bunch of people were pissed that their insurance wouldn't pay for it anymore because it was over the counter now.
Yeah, it's good. It helps with when I have really bad days. Alex has to put it on my back because some days I can feel my ribs, and that's not fun.
You don't want to feel your bones. That's
Yeah, you
they're
don't want to
inside
feel
for
your
a reason.
You don't want to feel your ribs when you're breathing rub on your spine. You don't want to do that.
You
That does not sound
preferably
like a
wanna be
pleasant feeling.
boneless.
Like a
But it
chicken
does.
nugget.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it does really work. I will tell you that it does really work.
I've enjoyed this return to Terrace Vinia.
Good. I'm glad.
It's a lovely setting in the worst way. Like it's not
I-
lovely at all, really, but it's lovely to play in.
I was not gonna go into the mists, or I was not gonna be the first one to do it. I was afeared because
There you
You
go.
have good reason to fear the mist in Terrazonia.
I know what the mists in Terrace Vinia mean.
Not good.
And since he had originally planned this as a one shot, I didn't think Alex was gonna do that, but I didn't want to find out.
There you go. Who knows? It's a mystery. What I had planned. Emergency backup character who forever walked into the mist. Like, oh hey, George, here, borrow this level 5 character that I just had prepared, just in case.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
You
But,
never know. I think Mike got lost. He might be resetting his modem or something, I guess.
Mike,
Maybe. Did he say anything in Discord?
He has
he is
said
not as of yet.
nothing.
I hope the map isn't too much. I love using the dynamic lighting, but for some people, it just doesn't run to save. It just can't do it to save its life.
Oh no.
I mean,
no.
how much memory can it use?
I
Can't
can
be that
actually
bad.
check. So right now it's using 157 megabytes. So
That's like
it's
that's
not really
average.
that bad, but it's definitely more than like my. Actually, it's more it's like half as much as a YouTube video, but I run mine at like high quality and all that such. Let's see. If there is an issue, I actually know there is one thing that you can do if he uses Chrome, which I'll actually just.
Yeah, it's stop
um,
using Chrome. That's
Yeah.
easy fix.
Stopping using Chrome is a fair start. If you can't do that, there is this.
It's just I love it, but it's just such a memory hog. It's hard to
No,
justify.
I definitely get it. The only reason I still use it is because I have 16 gigs of RAM.
Oh, I use it too. I
Oh, yeah?
just suffer.
Honestly, sometimes it is a little too much. I'm like, seriously, it's really not that much.
Like,
Um,
listen, if you can't support me and my 15 tabs, then this relationship's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I
15?
honestly am just
So
being.
little.
Right? That's on a slow day.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I currently have 38 tabs on my phone. On public, on private, there's like 20 more.
Whoa.
And that's your right to have all those tabs. That's what the internet was for.
Yes.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Christmas time.
I got to go plug my
Christmas
phone in.
time.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Yes. Christmas time. There's always extra of the private funds,
That's
so
true.
I
Yeah,
can hide them.
you gotta do your gift shopping. How are you enjoying being behind the DM chair?
Oh, I love it. Honestly, I run a Thursday game where I'm the DM every time. I like how it's so easy if you guys just start talking. Um, Other groups really kind of suffer it in different ways. My Thursday group that I've been running with for nearly 2 years now, um, one or two of them can just sit and talk to an NPC and just ask them about stuff. Um, in but like the rest, would probably rather throw up than try to roleplay in character with an
It's
NPC that doesn't explicitly help them.
I can see it not coming easy for some people, but if you really want to enjoy the game, it's a barrier you have to overcome.
Yeah, seriously, I agree. And in my Friday game, I'm like the only person who does any talking at all. Like everyone else is mostly in it for like the fighting and all that such, and like the
But
characters.
that's
And
so shallow.
I
D&D
don't
is a
I
shitty
agree.
system for
I don't
combat.
understand that, like, especially if you're playing online, like in Roll20,
hmm
because, like, I mean, you're not even rolling dice; you're pushing a button.
Yeah, and it's honestly a completely different experience because if you're hanging out with your friends, it's a board game that you
Yeah,
can have snacks with and kind of fuck around and all that. It's great, but this is you gotta be like I don't know. I'm glad that they love it, but like sometimes I'm just stunned. Which I'm gonna try to help them coax them out of it because I'm going to try to run um a Hunter's The Reckoning game, like a one shot, because I wanted to always try and do the World of Darkness stuff. Mike,
yeah.
are you with us? We're doing a
Mike,
seance now. I would like to handle
Are
it
you
right
in the
after.
room?
if you're talking, we can't
We
hear you.
Here, let me light a candle.
we need a mic check.
That was the problem. We do our mic check at the beginning.
That was the problem. That was it. My bad, guys.
We did
Next
it.
time.
We did it earlier.
Oh no!
yeah.
So who can say really?
Oh, hello. Am I being
Hey,
that
he's
works.
back.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do Firefox actually to sign back on, but
Firefox.
ju-
Yeah.
okay, yeah. But by the way, so I don't know where we got. I don't know how far we are. Are we like inside the
You
manor?
said you wanted to do something down here. That's where we got.
Yes. What he's basically saying, he's telling the servant Francois can get my luggage, and he's gonna cast Unseen Servant and have.
So extra.
Are you ritual casting or are you just firing out the spell?
I'm just what am I doing? Well, actually, no.
Are
He's
you
gonna know what am I gonna do? I think he's gonna use Mage Hand actually for this,
okay? There you
and
go.
he's gonna use Mage Hand to basically like and to basically have him have Francois quote unquote get his luggage. So
There you go.
I would like
Yeah.
to make like an Arcana roll and see if I think he's using magic of some kind instead of actually having all these. Since I already sensed bullshit earlier.
There you go. If he's some kind of charlatan,
Is that all right? Is that
yeah,
good?
sure. Give me
oh yeah,
an Arcana check.
Oh Jesus!
22. Here. I will let there be an attempt of roll.
Okay.
Honesty. Give me a
Yes.
deception check. You can whisper it if you want to keep the mystique going.
Okay. Yeah, I just haven't signed back on yet, but yeah, if you want to go ahead and roll that.
Here, I'll roll a d20, and you can just
Okay.
there we go. That is a
All right. Let me get back on so I can see it for a second here. Just a moment.
sounds good.
Okay. And let's see. Got this. Here, 1 second. Let me get back on. I know the suspense is killing folks about whether or not this is how good this is.
It's exciting. I love it. And hey, you know,
All
if
right.
it's 2 sessions, I don't care. Honestly,
Okay.
honestly, if you guys if we just talk for another 45 minutes, it's gonna probably be 3 sessions, which is fine by me too. I don't care. I got all this stuff
Okay.
is done.
I
Like,
won't.
I don't need to do more prep.
I won't be awake another 45 minutes.
Okay.
We will
I-
talk fast.
I have to get up at 5:30
That does not sound fun. Why
do
would you
guys
do
want
that?
to call it in like 20?
because we have to.
Alright.
Yeah, that'd be good because we have to drive to back to our
That makes
old
yep,
home
that makes sense.
tomorrow.
That makes sense.
Perfect.
get the-
We'll do
so
a
I can
little
get
bit
my
of
car.
chat and all that such, a little bit more debating, and then you guys will get into the mansion, and we'll call it there. And that's
Alright.
fine by me. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay. Let me see what the roll was.
Esau is just
Oh my gosh, that is dang low. Okay, so yeah, for
You can roll. I don't
for
care.
in-
It's
Okay,
your
alright.
character. You roll it.
All right, let me get to the thing. Come on, load up, guys. Come on. Okay. Sure taking its time here.
so Esau is going to get his bags, and he'll come over here and also offer to get Scarlett's bags as well, since she's
The
got to
woman will
focus.
kind of thank you very much. She doesn't have much, kind of like a kind of a ratty kind of duffel bag, but it's still an effort for her to bring. The cobblestone doesn't help much either, but Violet kind of pushes the wheelchair a little bit to get it going a little bit.
How old did you say Scarlett was? Like she was like 18 or
Scarlet
19 or
is
something?
about like 18. Violet Ebony is about like 20, and Violet appears to be late 30s, maybe 40.
Okay. Esau will look at Scarlett and smile politely and tell her he's happy to do it,
Okay,
and that he has a daughter that
so
is roughly her age.
She kind of
so
smiles.
that's deception was a 16.
Perfect. Your guys might be up for just this one character.
Mm-hmm.
You can describe it as you
I'm
like. I'm not gonna arm
Well, I
trick
mean,
you with
you're
that.
gonna see like you see it like it's a ghostly hand a little bit. So it is but for someone like you, it's probably for the average comer, it's like, oh my gosh, there really is a ghost. For Esau, you kind of like you're thinking, okay, he's definitely doing something, but he's probably not communing with the dead
Right.
as he says.
Right.
Yeah, and you're thinking that it's like, yeah, this guy's laying it on thick at least at the very least. Yeah, that you can kind of tell. Yeah.
We've determined he's probably either lying or he's crazy. So
Maybe both.
both equally possible.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I'll also mage hand my bag over to me and
There you go.
just carry it like a normal person.
I will just cleric hand my back.
Cleric, yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a melee range spell.
Rogue hand it, fighter hand it. All right, and Scarlet will just kind of say, "Thank you so much, sir, Sir Cleric," and she'll kind of as you guys walk to the mansion door.
And he'll tell her, please
Right.
call me Esau. I am
Esau.
Esau Dawnbringer of the Mirror Station Dawnbringers.
All right.
And he actually comes from a very notable noble family, a Mirror Station noble family, but he is not himself he doesn't consider himself a noble. He considers himself more of an academic and a professor by trade.
Very nice.
He's a little bit. He's a little. I kind of tried to combine like Burt Reynolds and Professor Van Helsing.
There you go.
It's a good
It's a
combination.
good combination. So at the door. you see-
Honesty
yes.
will actually go over to Lucian here for a second. He goes, excuse me, is the dearly departed lying on stay inside?
Well, actually, I don't know. I think he kind of calls over to Cecily, who doesn't have any bags, as she was kind of come from the area. And says, Cecily, did Mr. Clock was already dealt with, I believe, right? She says, yes. I paid a couple of hands from town to go and take care of the deed. He's somewhere around here.
We're gonna walk in and rats are gonna be gnawing on this dude.
I was gonna say, if he's gonna be a weekend at Bernie's on the couch somewhere. They got sunglasses on him, and he's just, hey,
Yeah.
he's fine.
So his remains are inside. Yeah.
That's
I
not
believe
creepy at
so,
all.
Yes. We can go and then get all this done with.
And then he goes, turn to Aurelia and says, with your permission, mademoiselle, as soon as we see your dearly departed husband, I would like to speak with him so I may tell his story, if you would be so kind.
She kind of nods a little bit. She's kind of been starting the waterworks up as you guys are in this kind of house. You guys says, "Oh, this was the home Zeno and I were going to retire to. It was so upsetting, honestly. He was an old soul, but even he died young."
I roll my eyes and I say, "You wish to retire to the beach, as I remember him complaining about."
She kind of scoffs at that and says, "This beautiful home, Zeno would never. This is art here, art and
Zeno,
history."
Zeno wanted to retire here. You thought it was awful and wanted to be around socialites, if I remember correctly, that Zeno told me.
She kind of scoffs and says, "How dare they, assuming such things of me and my husband? You harlot!"
Now, let's keep it civil, folks. It's gonna be a long day if we start fighting now.
We must not figure love and jealousy go together like chocolate and broccoli, yo? No. They
Goes,
clash.
Yes. Here I got the keys. I think he says, kind of going up. Cecily kind of wanders up as well and says, "Yes, let's get in here." She kind of looks around, and you guys hear groans in the distance. And Esau, you hear the once more someone in the distance like groan out, "Thieves." You see as you're kind of like walking with Starla. She visibly tenses up and says, "Can we go? Can we go inside?"
Yes. Quickly, everyone. We need to get inside, especially you, Mr. Bell.
Yes, let's. As he gets inside and he gets on over, and soon enough, Lucian gets the door open, and hopefully all the lighting is correct. Perfect. Door opens up, and everyone quickly begins clamoring inside.
I'm gonna move alongside. I know Violet's pushing Scarlet, but I'm gonna walk with them towards the front.
Perfect. She Scarlett's kind of glancing around, kind of checking all corners as you guys enter, and as you go, Violet and Ebony kind of have the game face on as the commoners up front quickly kind of chase after. And as you guys are getting in, you guys can start hearing shambling, groaning, building up.
Does it sound like it's coming from inside or outside?
Sounds like outside.
Okay. Quickly, everyone. Mr. Bell,
Everyone.
you may not want to dawdle. He's talking to Jean Claude.
Oh, yes. I'm just going to move her in. The family gets in.
You
What
have
relation to the other Mr.
Sorry, I'm
Bell?
shoving you guys in. But
That's what I was kind of
No,
wondering.
Yeah.
no relations. Just
All right.
happenstance we share a last name.
And
Yeah, you
Esau
guys-
will close the doors as they get in.
Doors close up.
Is there a way to bolt them from the inside?
Yeah, there appears to be like a big slot for you to put in a
To
a-
slide my wood into?
yes, to slide your wood into, but you don't see that lumber anywhere. There is like a slot for it, but you don't see it at the moment.
And he'll look over at Cromwell and Honesty further down and say, "We need to find a way to bar this door. There's most likely a heavy board that we can slip in here, but it appears not to be in the area."
Honesty will kind of look around to see if he can find something to help, you know, brace the door with.
Yeah.
Um,
It makes
Go
sense they
ahead
would have unbarred it when they left the house. Who was the last person here?
Cecilia kind of says like, well, the people who dropped off old Zeno. Kind of says with a kind of a chuckle, because I haven't been in the home in years. I tend to the outsides.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for it. Got the feeling we'll need it before long.
so, is there anything we can find that they can basically use to kind of put the locked door, or put something in front of it to basically like something like a crossbeam or anything?
You can start looking for a crossbeam.
I
Okay.
will do that.
You do not see one in the in this hall before you. You can see that there's a second floor that actually has a balcony that looks out to the area underneath you guys, to the area you guys are
Okay.
on. You guys see doors
Okay.
on either side, and the you kind of see as kind of darkness goes to the end.
Okay. So, Honesty will go ahead and see if he can open this door.
Which door?
The one he's next. Oh, I don't think he. My character. Ah, there he is, right there. The one he just.
There we go.
Right next to. Yeah.
All right. This door does open up as you kind of go into a bit of a lounging area, and with you
Okay.
stepping in,
Yes.
you see movement from the shuttered windows out front.
Oh. Okay. Is how many figure do I see? Do they look like humanoids? What do they kind of look like?
Yeah, they look humanoidish. Two
Oh, how
arms,
many
two
of them are
legs.
there?
A number.
As you see zombies entering towards the door.
Okay.
Esau, as you guys are kind of tucked in behind the door, you kind of hear groaning as the door begins trying to pull open.
Mm.
All right.
Oh no!
Is there anything heavy that I can? Is there anything I can drag in front of it or something like it?
You see couches and such thrown about, cabinets as well. The brackets that hold a crossbeam appear to be about 3 feet off the ground. Pretty sturdy mid-level height, but it is a thick crossbeam supposed to go in there.
Oh, and he calls out. He says, I think I found something for the door. I need some assistance, please."
All right, who's helping?
I will go help.
All right,
Okay.
these guys gonna get out of the way. The girls kind of shuffle to the side.
I
I'm
can't move again.
Okay,
Could you move me? Help.
I'll move you over there.
I'm gonna try to stay near the door, just because it's not secure.
Perfect.
Same.
So
Be ready with burning hands.
So Esau, you're gonna as you're hanging near the door and all that such, you feel it kind of trying to open. Do you try and keep it closed?
Yeah.
All right, give me a athletics check.
May I help him and give him advantage?
Yes, you can help and give advantage.
Yep.
You guys all stack up at the door, grabbing onto the brackets as they're trying to open up. You hear groaning
Get a little
outside. You hear much more clearly, "Thieves."
Earlier, when they were calling out thieves, when we fought them the first time, I had thought they were saying at one point they were saying Theo Bell's name.
The flame skull
Mhm.
was, but
The
the
flame
mysterious
skull
voices
was
were
in
not.
Theodore, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I just wanted to be clear on that. All right, it's 15.
15. You guys grab onto their brackets, pulling back towards you as they try to open, and you hold them in. We're gonna do this quick. So Claude, Honesty, what are you guys doing in there?
We are
I-
trying to get the whatever that cross beam that you said that was there. That trying to so we can both.
You
carry
guys
that
don't see
thing.
a crossbeam. You see couches and dressers and all that such.
Great, bring
Okay,
those.
so we're gonna grab whatever the heavy. We're gonna grab like something that looks like it has some weight and just try like
I will.
you know.
I will be like, let's grab a couch, my friend. Let's hurry up.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You guys
Yes.
grab
yes.
the couch,
And
lift
so-
it up, get it to the door. You guys kind of have
Mhm.
to twist it and turn it, try and get through.
Pivot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
gonna take
yeah.
your leg off,
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
but it shoves
Um,
through. Give me an athletics check to see how quickly you two are moving it. You guys can make one check with advantage if one of you guys is better than the other.
Okay.
What is it?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Athletics. Probably you. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Even I think even with even with
There
like,
you go. With friendship, that's a 19. You guys are
okay.
able to
All right.
you guys are able to lift the couch, bringing it in through the hallway and pinning it into the door. You kind of get like the back of it to kind of raise up. It's kind of like a bar that a wooden bar that goes across the bottom that the cushions hang up above. So you guys kind of
Mhm.
use that as a temporary crossbar. You guys have to lift the couch like up as it kind of hangs out, kind of leaning against the door, but it bars it at the moment.
Mhm.
So for now, the door is
Yeah.
blocked. You guys hear the grunting and groaning and more shouting of thieves. You guys hear as Scarlet, the young woman in the wheelchair, actually begins kind of tearing up, kind of staying near the wheelchair as Violet's trying to rub their shoulders, just like, "Stay calm, it's gonna be okay." As you
Okay.
guys hear
So
more
after
and
we
more
get the couch down,
groans.
honestly, he's probably going to go back and try to see if he can get something, even more something, heavier to put against it or something like that. because
Get
I
out
don't
the
think
way.
Sure, where are you
it's
looking?
very well.
Yes, I will continue this.
We're just gonna keep going, trying to keep pulling furniture out of this room to see if we can, since
So the doors open this way. You guys can put the door. You guys can put as much furniture as you want, but the doors will just open like this way.
Oh.
And
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of the
What a
deal.
stupid
Hey.
design for a door.
It is it's terrible.
Okay. All right. So is there like there's nothing that we could put like in front, like there's nothing you could put like a brace or anything. There's not like on like a
You don't
We
see the
can
crossbar at the
barricade
moment.
it,
You
but
don't
that's
see it
going to
in front.
require some work.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Alex.
Okay.
I'd say we could try barricading it.
You
Yeah,
try
I
barricading
would.
it, but it wouldn't block the door from opening because the
It would,
door opens
they just
towards
wouldn't
the
get
zombie.
past it.
Okay. So
Hmm.
so Honesty's trying to look around to see if there's something we can insert inside in where wherever there used to be a crossbeam for there to see if something we can find that he can find that could act as one so the doors don't open outwards.
Sure.
Um,
Give me a perception check.
I'm
What do you-
going down.
He'll search. He'll search this room to do it. So he'll go ahead and do that. Let me get my
All right.
character sheet open.
Claude, as you're kind of hunting further down, the wood kind of creaking around you, you see to the bottom left of you a dead human. He looks pretty recent and all that, but you can see next to him is a bloodied crossbar, the perfect size for the door up front.
Run and grab it.
All right. It's kind of heavy,
Sure.
so you gotta kind of drag it a little bit, but you're welcome to kind of start pulling it.
I found the crossbar as I start pulling.
and
Also a dead body.
and Honesty got a 19 on his perception.
Perfect. You find something that might have been able to fit a little bit better and give you more time, but as Claude kind of
The
comes
actual
back around the
crossbar,
hallway
yeah.
with the crossbar, that'll actually hold it in place.
Okay, so Honesty will go ahead and go help Jean Claude
The-
to kind of get
Perfect.
The bloodied crossbar.
crossbar. Yeah.
Bloodied.
All right. You guys,
So he'll help him carry it.
all of you guys kind of grab it and kind of push it into place, kind of lifting the couch a little bit. The door kind of creaks open a little bit, but the crossbar slams it shut. You hear more groaning and grunting. The door trying to break against it, but that crossbar holds. You guys are safe
My
for now.
my Z has truly, from beyond the grave, given me the greatest honor. I believe we might have to have a mystery of a murder.
I can see why he didn't want to
Body.
retire here.
I'm gonna try to use my channel divinity to turn the undead, because I can do it. I don't need to see them so long as I can hear them and they're within 30 feet. I can do it.
Is this the time you want to do it? Where you only get it back at a long rest? The short rest, I think, is 6th level.
It is a long rest, but I don't know. I guess I'm kind of hoping we get one at some point.
No, what are the odds of that?
Um,
Are we gonna
maybe.
sleep in the murder house?
They're not even an initiative making attacks against you, and only goes for like a minute.
well,
It
that's
might
true.
be better for another time.
All right, I'll hold off.
All right.
You talk.
What about
But
this
we'll
dead
call
guy?
it here for now. Is you guys are
Yeah.
inside the building. You guys hear zombies up front shouting "thieves," and we will have to save the rest of it for next time.
Woohoo.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh,
Very
nice.
All
good.
right. How's it going so far? You guys liking anything? Not liking anything?
Oh,
No,
Like
it's
the
fine.
numbers?
Yeah, this is.
I'm
We
having
got a
fun.
little bit of a mystery here. A little bit intriguing.
I like the effects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the effects I like so much.
I like being a
I
player.
hope honesty isn't. I hope honesty doesn't sound too vulgarly French.
No.
so-
No, that's
No,
not what he
it's-
sounds like.
Listen, you have your character and my flamboyant gay man. It's great.
For a 2 to 3 session, it's the perfect amount of French. If you were
Exactly.
going to play it for the next 2 years, I'd probably say maybe tone it down.
okay. Yeah. No, there is. Yeah. I mean, it literally says on my character sheet, he speaks with an outrageous accent. I mean,
Hooray,
but
just
I think you've nailed it then.
I think you did great. All right, so
I
we'll call it-
haven't even gotten to his back. I haven't even mentioned a hint of his backstory yet. I mean, there is something there. I will,
Oh, there's a lot there,
I'll
I'm
find out
sure.
what it is. You'll have to find out what it is, like, and why he's. I know, and I kind of because I did expect people to realize that. Oh, he's definitely faking something about this.
He's
but, you know,
a big fibby fib boy.
All right,
Crazy.
I'm gonna go ahead.
maybe.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Maybe,
end the
maybe.
stream real quick. So, thanks for
Okay.
everybody who came and hung out with us and watched us. We hope you had a good time, and we will see y'all next time.
Good night, stream.
All right.
Good night.
Good night,
chat.
chat.